What's up, guys? Let's just take a moment for all my stuff to be working. Yep, it's here. Hey, guys. This is OJ Light, and tonight we are going to be doing a presentation on a topic that I've been trying to nail down. Um, I call it the principle of weakness. And what that is if you're stuck in your life and you got a lot of things going on and you don't know where you should focus your attention at. This is how you figure out where you're going to focus your attention on this. Okay, so this is a technique I have used, a strategy I have used um, several times in my lives, and at all points it has always yielded me good results. I probably should do it more often, but tonight we're going to be going over that. But first, I have the announcement to make. I have the results for what the next lecture I will be writing out completely. A lot of you have been asking for the Flashlight STU series. There's three of you. That's going to be the next thing. I'm going to be starting to work on it tomorrow. I'm literally going to be working on working on it tomorrow. I'm going to try to get this blog post that I've been writing out, and then that's going to be literally the next thing I start out. So that was the winner. That's what we're going forward. So, anyways, now that we've gotten the announcements away, let's get into like I said, this lecture. Finding Okay, so when you're stuck in life, you have a lot of options. People are giving you a lot of opinions. Sometimes you feel like you're taking decades to make no progress. You just don't know where to focus your energy and attention at. Like, what is the one thing? What is the one thing um, that you need to be putting your time and energy into? Because what happens is people try to multitask, okay, and it gets all fucked up. Um, so here is the one. So tonight we're gonna be finding the one thing to focus on. Okay. So the first step, guys, is you gotta write out a list of 100 things, and these things are things you know you need to do, want to do, desire to do, problems you have that you know you want resolved. Just a list of, just like a bucket list, right? You have a bucket list, okay? And I have my list right here. I wrote it out the other day. But that's step one. You need to write out a list of 100 things. And I want to kind of clarify this, okay? Because your physical goal, which must be measurable, it must be something that you can physically see in the world, must satisfy a spiritual goal, okay? And you need to also add second order of thinking to it, okay? And I'm going to explain both of these. So let me give you an example. So the first one on my list is this. I want to replace my glasses with contacts, okay? That is a very physical goal. You can see if somebody has or has not done that, right? It's measurable. But why do I want to do that? So this is like what I mean by spiritual goal. I want to replace my glasses with contacts because I believe it will improve my looks. Okay? So we have a spiritual goal, like a non-tangible, I guess. Improve my looks, right? Now, second order thinking is, why is this spiritual goal important to me, right? That's the next thing you got to ask yourself. So let me just kind of go through it. I want to replace my glasses with contacts because I believe it will improve my looks, which I believe will improve my results with girls, right? Do you see how it's like a second order thinking? Like, you're understanding it even deeper. So you got to do that 100 times, guys. And I know it seems like tedious. I know it seems like tedious work, okay? But there's a big benefit in doing it. There's big benefits in doing this. So I have not, unfortunately, I actually was trying to get a much longer thing written out for you guys tonight. Didn't get it all done, but I got 20 of these written out on paper here, and I'm gonna just go through the 20 of them, and then, but remember, there needs to be 100 of these. So number 2 would be I want to visit a chiropractor regularly because it will lessen my spine pain, and I want to do this because which reduces my physical capabilities. Right. Number 2. Number 3, I want to straighten out my teeth because it will improve my looks and self-esteem, which I believe will improve my results with girls. Okay. 4, I want to remove my calcium cyst because it will improve my looks and self-esteem, which I believe will improve my results with girls. Okay. I want new health insurance because I want to open a health savings account, which I believe will reduce my future worry about my health. Okay. I want to open a Roth IRA because I'm worried about my financial future, which basically I believe I don't want to die poor. Right. I want to open a solo 401k because I'm worried about my financial future, which I believe might result in me being poor. Right. I want to fix my ankle because it lessens my foot pain. Okay. Which reduces my ability to dance and work out. Okay, I want to get a hernia check because sometimes my balls hurt, which leads me to worry about dying. Just a side story, you might be like, what do you mean dying? I know somebody through dance who had a hernia, did not get it looked into, and this was like a 10-year thing, and it eventually killed him, right? So that kind of stuck with me. That really stuck with me. That's number 10. Number 11, I want to get my shoulder checked out because I injured it at work 10 years ago, and sometimes it prevents me from working out. So I kind of want to get it looked at to make sure there's nothing that needs a little surgery. Number 12, I want to be 200 pounds because I believe it will improve my looks, which will improve my results with girls. Okay, that's number 12. Number 13, I want to get an 8x6 dick because I believe it will give girls better sex, which will reduce my sexual anxiety. Number 14, I want to be able to do 5,000 strokes during sex because I will believe this will give girls better sex, which will reduce my sexual anxiety. See how there's kind of like some themes going on? You kind of catching, when you do this, you catch some themes that are running in your mind. Like sexual anxiety, dying poor, self-esteem, better results with girls, right? You kind of see like some of these things start repeating. So you kind of understand where a lot of things, you're going to start seeing a pattern, and this will help you determine where your effort needs to go. What's the next one? I want to have a 150,000 yearly income because I believe this will allow me to invest, which will prevent me from dying poor, right? I want to produce a lay report with pictures because I believe it will increase my credibility, which will improve my self-esteem. 17, I want to have sex every Friday night because I believe it will be good for my spiritual health, which will improve my self-esteem. I want to get a few new fleshlights because I'm curious about the different sensations, which will be good content to write about. Number 19, I want to buy a sex doll because it looks fun for couples, which I believe is good for relationship building. And 20, I want a new tattoo because I believe it will make me part of a tribe, which I believe will make me feel special, right? And that I got more down this list, but these are the 20 I wrote out so far because, like I said, there's a lot. So let's kind of keep going through the list a little bit. 21 is a different tattoo. 23 is a new bag. 24, I would like to get my ears pierced. 25, I'd like to get my scrotum pierced. 26, I'd like the new leather jacket. 27, I need a new car. 28, I need my own place. 29, I need to finish my Warhammer 40k on me. 30 is I'd like to take some more dance lessons. 31, I'd like to get a motorcycle. 32, I'd like to get a boat. 33, I'd like to have threesomes. 34, I'd like to learn Spanish. 35, I'd like to get a house. 36, I'd like to eliminate some debt. 37, I'd like to eliminate some business debt. what is this? 38, learn Indonesia. 39, remove toxic people from my life. Number 40, bang 100 babes. 41, get a new career. The reason I say that is my current career takes a toll on my body, so I'm just kind of done with it. Number 42, take care of parents. Number 43, get a passport. Number 44, get a $20,000 emergency fund. 45, have a $100,000 spend account. 46, be a cash millionaire. 57, life insurance. 48, bank trust, or loyal trust, I guess you'd call it. 49 is ask Remini out. 50, ask the blonde Cherokee out. 51, ask Mother Teresa out. And 52, ask Jules out. Use the size genetic extender longer. 54, learn Russian. 55, learn Italian. 56, learn Japanese. 57, better nudes. 58, visit my lover down in Florida. 59, being a stripper. 60, foursome. And 61, date outside my race. 62, write a poem book. 63, read the Bible. 64, another tattoo. 65 is another tattoo. 66 is another tattoo. 67 is get residency in Mexico. 68 is have the courage, have the capability of asking a girl to suck my dick within 30 minutes of meeting her. Okay, sounds like a very specific and strange goal, but we'll get to that later. 69, I'd like to vibe with Scott EGLL. 70, be able to do 12 pull-ups. 71, be able to do 30 dips in a row. 72 is be able to do a 150 shoulder press. 73 is a 315 chest press. 74 is a 225 incline chest press. 75 is a 405 deadlift. 76 is a 405 squat. 77 is a 200-pound overhand row. 78 is a 150 underhand row. 79 is a 315 shrug. 80 is kind of vaguely described. It's bigger forearms. 81 is become a better speaker. 82 is always have $1,000 in cash on me. 83 is have a little bit more freedom in my work. 84 is a threesome partner. 85 is get a new doctor. 86 is get a new accountant. 87 is to see Sting in concert. 88 is get a 2,000 chess rating. 89 is an active social life. 90 is learn Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. 91 is learn boxing. 92 is learn kickboxing. 93 is walk all the Chicago bike trails. 94 is start a charity. 95 is visit all 50 states. 96 is up my personal credit. Number 97 is invest 100,000. Number 8 is do this boat journey I've always wanted to do. 99 is be more invisible in terms of information on me. And number 100 is to make it sure that I am buried in the cemetery that a lot of my other family members have been buried in. Okay, so these are the 100 things that just popped into my mind. All right, guys, and I want to now. It's gonna take a while to write out all 100. Okay, and like I said, you got to do it with the spiritual and double second order thinking with it. Okay, you got to do it with it because you got to really try to understand not only what you want, but what you hope it will accomplish, and what do you think it would eventually get you, right? So once you have it has to be 100, guys, not 98, not 99, 100. You do a few over. If you get 102, 101, that's fine, but you gotta go for that 100, right? Now, once you have that list of 100, and I'm gonna say this right now, I'm sorry, the last 20 will be hard. The last 20 will be hard. And probably the things you really need to be working on will probably appear in the last 20. Maybe not. Maybe it's number one, but chances are it'll be later than sooner. So you got the list for 100. You got the list of 100, right? This is step 2. This is super important. You need to find the one. You need to find the one idea, and I'm going to give you there's a ways you're going to find the one idea. And we're going to start with the first thing is you got to eliminate the bad ideas, right? And you're going to go through this list, okay? You're going to go through this list, and you're going to eliminate at least 20. More is better. You're going to at least eliminate 20 of bad ideas. If you can eliminate more, phenomenal. If you can eliminate 90 of them, phenomenal. Okay, but you're gonna eliminate them, and I'm gonna go through my elimination process so you can see why I've eliminated some of these items, and you'll be like, okay, that makes sense. So let's do number 1, get contacts. I'm eliminating that. Why am I eliminating that, right? Because it's easier to do. One of my other goals down the list, and you'll see what I mean. Alright. What is... Sorry about the noise. Okay, so the reason... one of the other goals I have is to get better health insurance, right? So that really would make this goal easier, right? So getting contacts, out. Chiropractor, out. Fixing teeth, out. Get cyst removed, out, right? Because all those are made easier to accomplish with the health insurance. Get the ankle looked at, out. Hernia, out. Shoulder, out, right? So look how we've already eliminated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 goals. We've already eliminated 7 goals, right? Okay, so health insurance is in, because obviously it makes those goals easier. The health savings account, I'm going to leave that in. Because you could set that up at the same time as the health insurance. You really need the health insurance first. So, you know what? I'll leave that in for the sake of it. Roth IRA has nothing to do with health insurance, and you can do that on a minimum income. So that stays in. 200 pounds, that's important. That stays in. The 8x6 dick, that stays in. 5,000 strokes, that stays in. Higher income, that stays in. The labor report stays in. The Friday night sex thing stays in. The fleshlight thing stays in. The sex doll thing stays in. I'm gonna start getting rid of the tattoos though, right? So let's get rid of tattoo 1 and 2. Why am I getting rid of that? Because the tattoos would look easier. They would look better. It'd be easier to do on me and look better if I was in shape. So let's get to the 200 pounds first, right? So those are out. New bed can stay. Ear piercings can stay. Scrotum piercing can stay. I'm going to take out the leather jacket. Why am I going to take out the leather jacket? Because I already have a leather jacket on the bed. The only reason that is I want one is that one's a little beat up. Some of the zippers don't work. New car, that's staying. On place, that's staying. 40K Army, that can stay. Dance lessons, no. I don't have the time. I need to get more important things done. Motorcycle, that's out. I should get a new car for it. Boat, that's out. Threesome, that's out. House, that can stay. Personal debt, that can stay. Business debt, that can stay. Learning Indonesia, that's out. Why is that out? Because Spanish is probably more relevant to learn. Of all the languages, that's probably the most important one. Toxic people, that's in. The babes is in. Get a new career, that's in. Take care of parents, that's out. Why is that out? Okay, so I just watched a talk by Charles Berkeley, and he said this is the worst thing you can do, because what happens is when you take care of other people, eventually they're going to want more, you're going to say no, and they're going to resent you, even though they've been getting taken care of. So get rid of that. That's a terrible goal. I was like, okay. Passport stays in. $2,000 emergency fund is in. And I'm going to get rid of the $100,000 spend account and the $1 million cash millionaire goal, because the $20,000 emergency fund should come first. So get those. So don't worry about those two goals until that one's done, right? So that's out. That's out. Life insurance out because I don't want any kids and a wife. Bank trust. I'm gonna think about that. So 49, 50, 51, 52 are asking these girls out. That's in. Use size genetic extender. That can stay in. Okay, learn Russian. That's out. Learn Italian. That's out. Learn Japanese. That's out. Better nudes. That can stay in. Visit my lover. That can stay in. Stripper, foursome. That's out. That's out. Races are in. Poem book. That's out. Bible. That's out. The tattoos. Out. 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 Residency out. Why is the Mexican residency out? I should learn Spanish and I should get a passport first, right? Then we can worry about that. Have the courage to ask a girl to suck your dick in 30 minutes of meeting her. That's in. Meet Scotty. That's in. 70 through 80, which are workout goals. In. No reason for me to get rid of that. Become a better speaker. That's in. $1,000 cash in the wallet. That's in. Have more freedom. That's in. Long-term partner. That's in. Doctor. That's out. Okay, that's out. Accountant. That's in. See, staying in concert. That's in. The chess thing out. That doesn't. I mean, that's a vanity goal. Active social life. That's in. So the learning the different fighting styles. So Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, and kickboxing. That's out, out, out. Because again, time. I have more important things to worry about than that. Walk the Chicago Bike Trail. That's in. Charity. That's out because I don't have the capital to do that. So let's not worry about that. 50 states. 50 states. That's in. Improve my personal credit. That's in. Investing. That's out. Boast journey. That's out. Invisibility. That's out. Buying plot. That's out. Okay. So how many goals? How many goals did we just eliminate? Let me kind of go through that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. So 41 goals out of the 100 were just canceled, guys. We just got rid of those goals, okay? 41 gone. I probably, if I did another round, could get more eliminated, right? And you might want to do that a couple times. Maybe this is the way to do it. I'm going to give you another way to do it, right? To find the one. But 41 goals out, so that means I got 59 left to pick from. That's pretty good, right? Now we're narrowing it down. We're narrowing this process down, okay? So what is the next thing we got to do? So once you can't eliminate anymore, right? And I'm going to be honest, eliminating the first round through here, guys, I was real hesitant to eliminate anything. But doing it a couple times, you're going to start eliminating it, right? But maybe you got to go it from the other direction. Maybe you got to find the things that you really want to do. Maybe there's things in here that sticks out like, oh man, I really want to get that done, right? So, now that you've eliminated, let's say you've gone through a few times and you've eliminated at least half. Now you're looking, okay, I got 50 left. What can I do? What can I do? In fact, I'll make that point. Eliminate 3 times. Go through it 3 times. Your list 3 times, and see how many you can eliminate. Once they're eliminated, maybe you're like, okay, I got 50 to 30 left. I want you to go through it, and 20 of these are really, really going to stand out. 20 of these are going to be like, okay, these things have meaning, like something, just they catch your attention, right? So for me, these were the ones that, and you only get to pick 20 though, not more than 20. You only get to pick 20 that really you think are important. So the 20 I picked was get new health insurance, health savings account, Roth IRA, okay, get to 200 pounds, higher income, the lay report, the Friday night sex, the new car, the own place, eliminate personal debt, eliminate business debt, remove toxic people out of my life, ask these girls out, visit my lover, become a better speaker, stayed in, accountant, get a new accountant, stayed in, and obtain the courage to ask a girl to suck my dick, right? Those 20, that comes out to 20, stayed in. Okay, that was the ones I eventually settled on. Okay, so we got 20 now. We have 20 items. 20 items. Okay, guys. Okay, so the list has just gotten real shorter. You know, one of these 20 is going to change your life, right? So let me kind of go through each of them. And now, how to get it down to 5 is you have to see if there's any overlap, right? And when I say overlap, what I'm really saying is, does any of these goals precede another goal, right? So let me give you an example. The health insurance precedes the health savings account, so that's out. It's out. Okay. Now, does anything precede the health insurance and the Roth IRA, right? And that's income, right? Income, getting higher income eliminates these, because if you have more income, these 3 things become easier to accomplish. So let's get rid of those 3, right? 200 pounds, I can't think of anything that precedes 200 pounds, higher income. So then we have a lot. Let's look at the dating things. Lay report, Friday night sex, ask these girls out, visit my lover. Does anything precede these, or can they be combined in some way, or does one accomplish the other? And I kind of think yes. And this, might laugh at this. I kind of ended up on ask a girl to suck my dick within 30 minutes of meeting her. Right? The courage and smoothness to be able to do that and be successful would probably help all the other areas, right? So if that's like the main, like the thing I'm trying to get good at, I know it sounds ridiculous, but your goals can be ridiculous. You don't have to. You don't have to tell anyone what you wrote down. Okay, this is only for your eyes. You don't have to tell anyone what you wrote down. I don't care how vulgar it is. I don't care how silly it seems. This is your list. You don't have to tell a goddamn person what's on this list. You need to know. I'm just showing you. Like, I'm just doing this in live time to kind of help you guys. So I think that kind of combines all the dating stuff, right? That one goal. So we got higher income, we got the 200 pounds. So what are the other goals? New place, new car, debt, business debt. If you had made more, accountant, if you had more income, all these things are easier to obtain. So really what's left then, and actually that gets me down to the 5. That gets me down to the 5. Okay? So the 5 is this. Being able to ask a girl to suck your dick within 30 minutes of meeting her. Becoming a better speaker. Pursuing a higher income. Gaining to 200 pounds. Removing toxic people from your life. Those are the 5. One of these 5 is the one thing you need to work on. Okay, the rest of it can get discarded. So, what is the 5, right? So we got these 5 things. And we got to think about, can any of them, the real question is, can any of these goals make any of the other goals easier to accomplish? So, Um, the being 200 pounds, being ripped, would probably make the asking the girl to suck your dick goal easier. So that one, yeah, I can see that. But there's some big guys out there. There's some slobs that are able to do that. Okay, that's a maybe. That's a maybe. And I don't think being in shape makes any of the other goals easier. So that I'm not sure about that. Right? Not sure if that proceeds. Higher income. Is there anything that makes higher income easier? Um, Technically, being in shape, it's been shown that people who are in better shape make more money. So that's definitely a plus. And the other thing is somebody who is a good speaker generally is able to sell more. So maybe the higher income thing needs to be dropped down. Maybe that's not the right first goal to tackle. Maybe you need some skills you got to build up in order to get to the higher income first. Maybe there's some missing skills, right? So let's scrap that for now. Toxic people. Is there anything that helps you remove toxic people? Well, higher income, also known as fuck you money, kind of does help getting rid of toxic people. Being in shape might help you with it, maybe. If you're physically intimidating, maybe. So, and being a better speaker will help you because you're able to have better conversations. So I think that one's got to go. So what we're down to 3, right? 200 pounds. Be a better speaker. Ask a girl to suck your dick, right? What goal would make you a better speaker? You could argue for fitness. I don't know about these are kind of tied, right? These are kind of tied. And after thinking about it, guys, okay, so I came down to these 3, and I kind of wrestled with all these 3 for a good while, good, solid while, okay. And I eventually landed on become a better speaker, and I'm gonna explain why I think that's why. Me personally, this is not you, this is not for you, this is for me, but I want to show you how to get this. But again, this was the one I landed on, right? If I'm a better speaker, the girl thing is easier, much easier. The selling for higher income is much easier. The talking to people is much easier, okay? Doesn't help with fitness, okay? The other reason is right now, I really feel like my even though I'm over 200 pounds right now, I really feel like every day I get on the scale, the weight drops, right? The weight drops. It's not like I'm figuring out how to lose weight. I was on summer break, just kind of went off the diet a little bit during the summer. I'm back on it. The last 2 weeks, the weight is really a sharp drop of weight in the last 2 weeks. In fact, I think I've lost about 7 pounds in 3 weeks. So it's really cut down. Right? So this is not, I don't even think this is really, like, this goal, as long as I don't do nothing crazy happens in my life, and I just stay the course, this goal gets accomplished. But this one has always been plagued me. I think it is probably my biggest weakness. My speaking capabilities are my biggest weakness. So that is why I have made that my personal goal. Okay. Now for you guys, you need to pick your own personal goal, and some of you might know it instantly. Some of you might know that you might not even need to do this process, but eventually. But I encourage you still to do it. And then you will discover the one thing you need to work on, right? So we have the one thing. You have the one thing. You've found the one thing. What do you do next? Okay. And this step 3, guys, of getting out of any sort of stuckness and making real progress. This is it. This is where you live or die. The first 2 steps are great that you did them. If you found the one thing, that's great. Even if you picked the wrong thing to do, this is where people die. This right here, step 3, is where people die. Okay, step 3 is this. You need to create an action plan, and you have to act on it. And I mean like instantly. I mean, not like I'm going to act on it in 3 weeks. I mean, you create this action plan and you act on it now, right? If you know you need to work out, like that's the thing, the moment you're done with this video, you need to click off, find the nearest gym, and get a membership. That's the one thing. That's it. Okay? So, because I'm going to tell you a secret. Money and pussy love speed. The quicker you can do things, the quicker you can make things happen, the better it is. They like speed. Pace is important. You gotta act quickly, because you'll lose steam, right? So, the first thing you gotta do then is do what I call, I got this from Alex Hormozi. It's called, and he got it from Charlie Munger. And I don't know where Charlie Munger got it from, but I'm sure he got it from somebody else. It's called negative thinking. You gotta do negative thinking. Okay, this is how it works. So you're gonna ask your question. You're gonna ask this one question. So my goal is become a better speaker. Okay. So the negative thinking is you ask it in reverse. If I wanted to be the worst speaker ever, what would I do? Like, you're making it negative. If I wanted to be the worst speaker ever, what would I do? And the two things I came up with, well, the number one thing I really came up with, I came up with a second one later, but the first thing that popped in my mind is never speak. You want to be the worst speaker ever? Never speak. Never speak. Okay, that's a guaranteed way to be the worst speaker ever. The second thing is to never speak to an audience. Like, that is why I'm on YouTube. I am speaking to an audience. Even if no one watches this video, I am speaking to an audience. Okay? That's two. So never speak to anyone. So maybe you are speaking, but it's just to yourself. And the third thing is, this one I kind of go back and forth, because some people are really good at freestyling speeches. Not me. I need a script. Okay, so not having something to look at. That's why I actually have this, guys, right here, because I know if I didn't have this, these streams would be like 10 minutes. Okay, because I need something to reference. Okay, so we got three things, right? So if it's never speak, what is the opposite of never speak? Speak every day? Yes. Speak every day. Speak to an audience every day. Write a speech and read that speech. Okay, even though the speech is not 100% where I want it to be, I'm still here reading it off, right? And you can revise the speech and fluff it up and add detail and nuance into it, right? So we know what my actions are, right? Write a speech. Speak this speech to an audience, and speak this speech to an audience every day, right? So we have the action plan. We know what we got to do daily. Write a speech and speak it to an audience daily. So how long do we got to do this, right, guys? How long do we got to do this? And you got to act right now. Like, right the fuck now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not when it's convenient. You got to act right now. Okay? So, how long should I do this for, though? Okay? How long before I start seeing real results? So, Alex Hormozi says that you will see real results after doing 20 hours of something. So 20 hours of speaking, you'll become competent, right? But we don't want to be competent. We want to be great at it. We want to excel at the thing that's sticking us. We really want to knock it out so that we can move on to other areas of our life. And this is he has something called the 100 by 100 rule. It's when you do it's actually very similar to something I said, 90 minutes for 90 days. He has 100 by 100. So we're going to go with Alex's. It's a little harder. So for me, that means I should speak for at least 100 minutes a day. Once I have the script done, I should be able to speak 100 minutes a day for 100 days straight. If you did that, you'd be phenomenal at whatever the task, the skill you're trying to learn. So, one moment, guys. One moment. My dog is at the door. Apologies. Come on, buddy. What's up, buddy? Hey, come here, bud. Come here. Come here. Come on, Daddy. Hey, you gotta get in here. Come on. Come on. You wanna eat? You gotta come on. I gotta shut this door. Alright, you can eat. You can eat if you want, buddy. I apologize. So, little doggy right there. Ooh, you wanna come here? Bud? Ooh, what's up, bud? Alright. Alright, so. Ooh, my camera's doing something weird. I'm sorry. Being all jittery. Alright, guys, so let's kind of do a review. Let's do a review right here. Alright, so step one, guys, is you're gonna write out a list of 100. You're going to try to have a physical, measurable goal, and you're gonna try to find out like the emotional need for this goal. Why you want this goal, and then you're gonna go one level deeper. So, example, to go back to my first example, I want to replace my glasses with contacts. That's the physical goal, because it will improve my looks. That's the spiritual goal, and then I want you to go one level lower. Why do you want to improve your looks? Because I believe it will improve my results with girls, right? You want to go one level deeper than that. So, that's step one. You're going to write 100 of those. 100. Step two, you're going to find the one thing in that list. You're going to find that one thing in that list that needs your attention. So the first thing I would say is go through the list 3 times. You're going to read it 3 times once you have it, and each time you're going to try to eliminate ideas. You're going to want to eliminate a minimum of 20. More is better, but a minimum of 20. And I know that's hard. Trust me, it's hard. But go through it a couple times, and you will find it's easier each time you read the list. Minimum of 3 times you're reading it, and you're looking for a minimum of 20 items to get rid of. More is better. I was able to eliminate on 2, and I just did one reading through this tonight, guys. 41 items. Go through that, right? Go through it till you eliminate as many ideas as you can. Then, I don't know what you're going to have. You might have 10 ideas left. You might have 50 ideas left. I don't know what you're going to have. Pick 20 that really stand out to you. So you're going to highlight 20, and these, somewhere in this 20, there's going to be something in there that you need to do. Okay, and then you're going to really go through them. You're going to ask yourself this question next. Is any of these goals precede another goal, right? So if you want to do investing, right, would making more income first so you can have more money to invest not make sense, right? That's what I mean, a goal that precedes another goal. And eventually when you wrestle with this, you're going to come down to 5. You're going to come to 5 really great ideas. And there's other ways to do this. You could list it from most important to least important. Just go through it, and eventually out of this 20 you pick, you're going to find 5. And then you got to really wrestle with these 5 guys. You got to really look at them, see how they work with each other, see if one would help the other if you accomplished it first. And eventually somewhere in those 5 ideas, you are going to find the one. You're going to find the one idea that needs to be attacked. Okay, and once you have the one idea, step 2 is done. Now, step 3, as we just went, you're going to do negative thinking. You're going to think, if I wanted to fail at this goal, what would I do? You'll come up with a list of stuff and just do the exact opposite of that list. Okay? And then you'll have your action plan. And you need to act right now. Like, click this video off and start this. Not tomorrow when you wake up, not the next week. You need to do it right now, because success loves speed. And if you're not quick on this, if you don't push this hard enough and quick enough, you're just not going to get it. So you got to do it. Start now. And it's going to be ugly. Example, this speech I'm speaking now, it has not fully been formed. I've not fully written it out yet, but I'm acting right now. acting right now, and you're going to do this for 100 days. And at the end of the 100 days, you're going to do it for 100 minutes every day, whatever the activity is, for 100 days straight. And you will have the success. If it's diet, obviously you can't do 100 meals a day. But let's say you be on a strict diet for 100 days to lose the weight, that's great. If it's, I'm going to hit the gym and just be active, even if it's not weightlifting, like you're just on the cardio machine for 20 minutes. If you do that for 100 days, that's great, right? But 100 minutes. Like, I'm going to be honest, my workouts at the gym, they take an hour, plus the shower and the meal prep. I'm spending about 100 minutes a day on my appearance, right? Maybe 2 hours, right, with meal prep. So really take that time, really develop it, right? Really attack it, because the longer you do it, the better it becomes. And then at the end of the 100 days, if you really stuck with it, you should see results, okay? So, anyways, guys, we've reviewed it, we've talked about the results, and I want to thank you for watching this live stream tonight. If you guys would like more content, more 90-minute content, lectures on improving your life, please subscribe to the channel. Okay, that's all I want is a subscription. Thank you for your time. Please go out and do this. And if you start doing this, if you do this, guys, and you send me like you doing step 1, 2, and 3, I'll talk about it in the stream. I'll talk about it in the stream if you submit to me you doing these 3 steps. Alright, guys? So anyways, thank you for joining me tonight, and I will see you all on the next live stream.